ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणम् तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। वागर्थाविव सम्पृक्तौ वागर्थप्रतिपत्तये जगतः पितरो वन्दे पार्वती परमेश्वरो। येनाक्षरसमाम्नायम् अधिगम्य महेश्वरात् कृत्स्नं व्याकरणं प्रोक्तं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः। वाक्यकारं वररुचिं भाष्यकारं पतञ्जलिं पाणिनिं सूत्रकारं च प्रणतोऽस्मि मुनित्रयम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। अथ द्वितीयोऽध्यायः चतुर्थः पादः।
अथ द्वितीयोऽध्यायः
तृतीयः पादः। अनभिहिते कर्मणि द्वितीया उपसर्वतसो कार्यादिगुपर्यादिषु त्रिषु द्वितीयां व्रेडितान्तेषु ततोऽन्यत्रापि दृश्यते।
उपसर्वतसो कार्यादिषु त्रिषु द्वितीयां व्रेडितान्तेषु ततोऽन्यत्रापि दृश्यते।
अभितः परितः समयानिकषाः प्रतियोगेषु तृतीया च होश्छन्दसि अन्तरान्तरेण युक्ते कालाध्वनोरत्यन्तसंयोगे अपवर्गे तृतीया सप्तमी पंचम्यौ कारकमध्ये कर्म प्रवचनीययुक्ते द्वितीया यस्मादधिकं यस्य च ईश्वरवचनं तत्र सप्तमी पंचम्यपां परिभिः प्रतिनिधि प्रतिदाने च यस्मात् गत्यर्थकर्मणि द्वितीया चतुर्थ्यो चेष्टायामनध्वनि चतुर्थी संप्रदाने
सम्प्रदाने।
तादर्थ्ये चतुर्थी वाच्या
तादर्थी चतुर्थी वाच्या
हितप्रयोगे च
हितप्रयोगे च
क्रियार्थोपपदस्य च कर्मणि स्थानिनः
क्रियार्थोपपदस्य च कर्मणि स्थानिनः
समर्था च भाववचनात्
तुमर्था च
च
भाववचनात्
भाववचनात्
नमस्वस्ति स्वाहा स्वधालं वशद्योगाच्च
नमस्ते स्वाहा
स्वधालं
स्वधालं
वशद्योगाच्च
मन्यः कर्मण्यनादरे विभाषा प्राणिषु
मन्यः
कर्मण्यनादरे
विभाषा
विभाषा
प्राणिषु
कर्तृकरणयोस्तृतीया
कर्तृकरणयोस्तृतीया
प्रकृत्या दिव्य उपसङ्ख्यानम्
प्रकृत्यादिव्यौपसंज्ञानम्
सह युक्ते अप्रधाने
सहयुक्ते अप्रधाने
येनाङ्गविकारः
येनाङ्गविकारः
इत्थं भूतलक्षणे
भूतलक्षणे
संयोन्यतरस्यां कर्मणि
संयोन्यतरस्यां कर्मणि
हेतौ
हेतौ
अकर्तर्घृणे पञ्चमी
अकर्तृणे पञ्चमी
विभाषा गुणे अस्त्रियाम्
विभाषा गुणेऽस्त्रियाम्
षष्ठी हेतुप्रयोगे
षष्ठी हेतुप्रयोगे
सर्वनाम्नस्तृतीया च
सर्वनाम्नस्तृतीया च
From there we have to read. षष्ठी हेतुप्रयोगे हेतु इति शब्दः शब्दस्य प्रयोगे षष्ठी भक्तिः भवति हेतु शब्दप्रयोगे हेतोद्योते षष्ठी भक्तिः भवति सर्वनामस्तृतीया सीधा निमित्तपर्याय प्रयोगे सर्वासां प्रायदर्शनम्
निमित्तपर्यायप्रयोगे सर्वासां प्रायदर्शनम्
अपादाने पञ्चमी
अपादाने
पञ्चमी
अन्यारादितरर्थे दिक्शब्दांशूत्तरपदा जातियुक्ते
अन्यारादितरर्थे दिक्शब्दांशोत्तरपदा
युक्ते
प्रत्ययेन
प्रत्ययेन
येन पाद्वितीया पृथक् विना नानाविस्तृतीयान्यतरस्याम्
पृथक् विना नानाविस्तृतीयान्यतरस्याम्
तरणे च स्तोकाल्पकृच्छ्रकतिपयस्या सत्त्ववचनस्य
करणे च
वचनस्य
दूरान्तिकार्थैः षष्ठ्यन्यतरस्याम् दूरान्तिकार्थेभ्यो द्वितीया च
दूरान्तिकार्थेभ्यो द्वितीया
सप्तम्यधिकरणे च
सप्तम्यधिकरणे
यस्य च भावेन भावलक्षणम्
यस्य च भावेन भावलक्षणम्
षष्ठी चानाधारे
षष्ठीजानादरे
स्वामीश्वराधिपतिदायादसाक्षि प्रतिभू प्रसूतैश्च
स्वामीश्वराधिपदायादसाक्षिप्रतिभूप्रसूतैश्च
आयुक्तकुशलाभ्यां च सेवायाम्
आयुक्तकुशलाभ्यां च सेवायाम्
यतश्च निर्धारणम्
यतश्च निर्धारणम्
पंचमी विभक्ते
पञ्चमी विभक्ते
साधु निपुणाभ्यामर्चायां सप्तम्य प्रतेः
साधुनिपुणाभ्यामर्चायां सप्तम्यप्रतेः
प्रसिद्धो प्रसिद्धोत्स्काभ्यां तृतीया च
प्रसितोत्सुकाभ्यां
तृतीया च
नक्षत्रे च लुपि
नक्षत्रे च लुपि
प्रातिपदिकार्थलिंग परिमाणवचनमात्रे प्रथमा
प्रातिपदिकार्थलिङ्गपरिमाणवचनमात्रे प्रथमा
संबोधने च
सम्बोधने च
षष्ठी षष्ठी हेतु प्रयोगे हेतो द्योत्ये हेतु प्रयोगे हेतु शब्दस्य प्रयोगे षष्ठी विभक्तिः भवति। यथा अध्ययनस्य हेतोः वयम् आश्रमे वसामः, वाराणस्यां वसामः इत्यादि। हेतु शब्द must be there in the वाक्य। तो हेतु पंचमी, सॉरी षष्ठी हेतु, not हेतु, हेतु प्रयोगे हेतु शब्दस्य प्रयोगे, हेतु प्रयोगे इत्युक्ते हेतु शब्दस्य प्रयोगे। हेतु not हेतु, हेतु इति शब्दस्य हेतु द्योतक शब्दस्य प्रयोगे। तो हेतु प्रयोगे, हेतु प्रयोगे it's interesting. The word is it's compound. It's not etoho prayoge, not shashti tatpurusha samasa, can't be. हेतु इति शब्दस्य प्रयोगे, हेतु शब्दस्य प्रयोगे। Therefore, it must be what compound?
मध्यम पदलोप।
It could be madhyama purusha samasa. So you can take like yes, madhyama. Hetoho prayogaha, or you can take it as a bahuvrihi compound. Okay. One is madhyama padalopa samasa, or hetoho prayogaha, hetu prayogaha. So hetoho, you can take directly shashti bhakti of shabda. Hetu iti shabda is understood. Madhyama pada, that is how the it looks as from the explanation. It's see because hetu prayoge the word is given. So hetu it's a shabda. So the previous one hetu panchami, hetu arte, there also hetu is there. Hetu, that is hetu hetuvachi. There also hetu shabda, hetu panchami, hetu hetuvachi shabde tritiya vibhakti bhavati hetu. That is hetu. In the sense of it is panchami, it is saptami bhakti, panchami bhakti bhavati vivasha gunya striya. So in the sense of etu, so eto is saptami bhakti. That saptami is vishaya saptami. Eto vishaye. Can take it as vishaya saptami. But here etu prayoge madhyama purusha lopi samasa also possible. That's what I thought in the beginning. And we can take I'm thinking in another different way. Etoho prayoge. Etoho prayoge is a very etu. षष्ठी तत्पुरुष समास हेतु प्रयोगे अथवा हेतु शब्दस्य हेतुः इति शब्दः हेतु शब्दस्य प्रयोगे you can take हेतु प्रयोगे मध्यमपदलोपी also possible can take or simply षष्ठी तत्पुरुष समास हेतोः प्रयोगः तस्मिन् that is सप्तमी हेतु प्रयोगे हेतु प्रयोग इति सप्तमी so हेतु प्रयोगे विषये सप्तमी is विषय सप्तमी षष्ठी विभक्ति के भवति okay so therefore stock example so अन्नस्य हेतोः सः वसति something like that we saw 2 3 26 काशिका अन्नस्य हेतोः वसति similarly अध्ययनस्य हेतोः वसति गुरुकुले इत्यादि next सूत्र is सर्वनाम्नस् तृतीया सर्वनाम्नः षष्ठी विभक्ति सर्वनाम्नः and अनुवृत्ति comes षष्ठी हेतु प्रयोगे comes अनुवृत्ति सर्वनाम्नः तृतीया सर्वनाम्नः हेतु शब्दस्य प्रयोगे हेतौ द्योते तृतीया विभक्ति के भवति सर्वनाम्नः हेतु शब्द प्रयोगे हेतौ द्योत्ये when hetu is indicated तृतीया विभक्ति के भवति चकारात् षष्ठी च so when सर्वनाम शब्द is used when सर्वनाम्नः हेतु शब्दस्य प्रयोगे तृतीया विभक्ति के भवति षष्ठी च so example if you see kasya hetoh vasati for what reason he states kasya hetoh vasati kena hetuna vasati okay this is I'm not sure whether I covered this at the table with that sarva namnas tritiya example कस्य हेतोः वसति केन हेतुना कस्य इति सर्वनाम शब्दः so हेतु प्रयोगे then सर्वनाम शब्द is that तृतीया विभक्ति is used optionally चकारात् षष्ठी च okay then let me know later if it is there in the table fine otherwise that later okay and here thing can be the previous one हेतु प्रयोगे प्रयोगस्य न्यासः शब्द धर्मत्वात् हेतुः इति अनेन हेतु शब्दः एव विज्ञायते इति आह हेतु शब्दस्य प्रयोगे काशिता हेतु शब्द प्रयोगे एवञ्च हेतु शब्दस्य स्वरूप ग्रहणे सति तत्पर्याणां निमित्त कारक कारणादीनां प्रयोगे षष्ठी न भवति किमर्थं पुनः उच्यते यावता शेष विवक्षाय एव अत्र अध्ययनादिभ्यः षष्ठी भविष्यति तत् समानाधिकरणस्य हेतु शब्दादपि एवं सलीयते the point is here हेतु शब्दस्य स्वरूप ग्रहणे when hetu shabda is used then षष्ठी विभक्ति is used in the sense of hetu the other shabdas, paryaya vachi, like nimitta or karana, then Shashti Bhakti will not come. Hetu Shabda in the sense of Hetu. Only Hetu Shabda is used and only Shashti. When Nimitta or Karana, Karanam also is cause. Hetu is also cause. So, Yadyapi, Hetvartha, Gamyamanepi, Nimitta, Karana, Ityadiram, Prayoge, Shashti Vibhaktihi na bhavati. That we need to note. Nimitta Karanadinam, Nimitta Karana, Tatparyanam, Priya Shabda. Nimitta Karana, Prayoge, Shashti na bhavati. This point you can note. Nimitta is cause and Karanam is also cause. But only when the Hetu Shabda is used, then only Shakti Bhakti. Okay. The same thing for the next sutra is carried over. This Nyasa, this point is you can note, and maybe I can add this. Prayogasya Shabda Dharmatvat Eva Uttam. Natu Anena Arthagrahanam Vyavrityate. Anena Arthagrahanam Vyavrityate. Excludes Arthagrahanam. Paryaya should be, that's a typo, not Yaryaya. Paryaya Prayagi Api Nimitta Karana Hetu Shiti Vaksha Anena. It's all typo. Hetu Shabdasya Prayoge Sati Hetu Bhadbhava Lakshanasya Eva Sambandha Visheshasya Niyamena Pratitau Hetu Iti Tritiya Apavadaha Yogaha. Third exception sutra. Okay. So the word Hetu must be there, not any other word. When the word is used Hetu along with such a word, the Hetu is used, then Shashti, not any other word. The same thing can be for here also. Sarvanamna Hetu Shabda Prayoge Hetau Dhyote Tritiya Bhaktike Bhavati. And on Vartika Mitra, that is the next sutra, in fact, in the Sutra Pada. So, example for this, Kasya Hetoho or Kasya Kena Hetuna. Next sutra. Next sutra is a Vartika. The Vartika is covered in the Kashika. Nimitta Paryaya Prayoge Sarvasam Raya Darshanam. All these are in the table.
The table we can't.
Yes, we cannot
Huh?
see. It's
No,
not
this
seen.
Not there.
Sutra 2, 3, 27. 26 must be there. 20.
26, 28 is there, but 27, 28,
26 and
29.
27 not seen.
From 26 also not there, right? Okay. I will add it later. I need to add that.
Yeah, we saw it, but it is not added in the list.
Okay. Because it is Shashti probably. Shashti is not there.
Shashti Sutrani.
Okay. The next is, okay, I will add that. The next one is Nimitta Paryaya Prayoge Sarvasam Raya Darshanam. The Vartika is the Kashika. Nimitta Karana Etushu. Nimitta Karana Etushu Sarvasam Raya Darshanam. Nimitta Paryaya Prayoge. It is given Vartikam in this sutra. So when the Sarvanama Shabda and the Hetu, by which the cause is indicated, then we saw Tritiya and Shashti can come, by Tritiya Bhakti can come and Shashti is optional. No, that is fine. Now here, when the Nimitta Paryaya, Nimitta Karana Hetushu Sarvasam Prayadarshan, Vartika is Nimitta Paryaya Prayoge. So Paryaya Prayoge is the Paryaya Shabda. Vartika here little different in the Kashika. Karana, the word is there. Nimitta paryaya prayoge sarvasam praya darshanam. Sarvasam praya darshanam. When the nimitta and its paryaya shabda, synonyms, karana ityadi, are used. Sarvasam referring to Sarvasam vibhaktinam praya darshanam. Prayena drishyate darshanam. It is seen. So all vibhaktis can be used. That is why he has given the example. You can see Kim Nimittam Bhavati. Kim Nimittam could be Pratama or Dvitiya, because all vibhakti can be used. Kim Nimittam Vasati, Kim Nimittam Vasati. First Kim Nimittam, Kim it can be Pratama, Kim could be Dvitiya. Kena Nimittena, Kim and Nimittam, they go together, same vibhakti. So if you take it as Pratama vibhakti, Kim Pratama, Nimittam Pratama. If you take Dvitiya, Kim Dvitiya, Nimittam also Dvitiya. Kena Nimittena Asati. Kasmai nimittaya, so chaturthi, kasmat nimittat, kasya nimittasya, kasmin nimitte. So all. So the same thing apply for karanam, hetu, prayojana, all these words. So arthagranam chayetat. So here you can arthagranam, paryaya, upadanam, to swarupa, vididharma, vidhi ma vignya ya iti. So therefore, Kena iha bhavati kim prayojanam. That is also kim prayojanam iti kena prayojanena vasati kasmai prayojanaya vasati kasmat prayojanat kasya prayojanasya kasmin prayojane. Similarly, kim karanam vasati kena karanena kasmai karanaya kasmat karanat kasya karanasya kasmin karane ityadi. Okay. So Raya Darshanam, the word, if you see further, Siddhanta Kaumadi. Nimitta, yeah, Siddhanta Kaumadi is this same Vartika with no change in the words. Nimitta Paryaya Prayoge Sarvasam. So here Siddhanta Kaumadi is adding one point. Paryaya Shabda can be used Kim Nimittam, Kena Nimittam, Kim Karanam, Kim Prayojanam Ityadi. Evam Kim Karanam Kaha Yetu Kim Prayojanam Ityadi. Siddhanta Kaumadi is good. Just given summarize, simple. The Paryaya Shabda synonyms can be used for Hetu. One point he is adding, Praya Grahanat Asarva Namnaha Pratama Dvitiye Nastaha. So Prayaha, the word is important. By the word Prayaha, what is said is Pratama and Dvitiya Asarva Namnat Nastaha. Nastaha. That is Pratama and Dvitiya should not be used other than Sarvanama. Other than Sarvanama Shabda, Pratama and Dvitiya cannot be used. Should not be used. That is, they can't be used. Example is giving Jnanena Nimittena, not Jnanam Nimittam. That's why Prayaha is that. So Jnanam Nimittam doesn't exist. Jnanena Nimittena, Harihi Sevyaha. Hari should be worshipped for the Nimitta Jnanam. Not Jnanaya Nimittaya. Jnanat Nimittat, Jnanasya Nimittasya, Jnane Nimitte. All these are possible. But Jnanam Nimittam doesn't. Other than Pratama and Dvitiya, Tritiya onwards up to Saptami can be used. That's why Praya Darshanam. So
But
notice that, yeah.
Ramyatandi, but
Yes.
Praya, how we can make out? See in the sentence, Praya Grahanat.
Praya iti Shabdaha, Grahanam Sutre, in the Vartika. The Vartika, Praya is there. Why the word Praya is used in the Sutra, in the Vartika? Simply can say Sarvasam Darshanam. Raya means generally. Generally, with the Paryaya Shabda, Nimitta, etc., Paryaya Shabda, Prayoge, all the vibhaktis are seen generally. Why Praya is that it is seen with Sarvanama Shabda, not with other Shabdas. So that's why Visitanta Kumatikara says Praya, what is the significance of the word Praya? Except for Pratama and Dvitiya. All the vibhaktis can be used. And then Nimitta Pariyaya Prayoge for the other words, except Sarvanama Shabda, not for Sarvanama Shabda. That's why Asarvanamnaha. For Sarvanama Shabda, Pratama Dvitiya also can be used.
Okay.
Sarvasam Vibhaktinam Praya Darshanam. Sarvasam Vibhaktinam. Darshanam itself is enough for Sarvanamnaha. Praya Darshanam for Asarvanamnaha. Shabdanam.
Okay. If Sarvanama Shabda is there, we can use Pratama and Dvitiya. But
Yes, example is given. Yes, Kim
Okay.
Nimittam. Kim
Oh,
Nimittam
okay.
Vasati is example for Pratama and Dvitiya. Kim you can take it as Pratama, Nimittam Pratama, or Kim you can take as Dvitiya, or Nimittam Dvitiya, right? All the vibhaktis are given as an example. But Jnanam Nimittam, not there.
Okay.
Because Jnanam is not Sarvanama Shabda. So Asarvanamnaha, other than Pratama, Dvitiya, Nastaha.
Okay.
So they cannot be used. That's why the word Praya is there. Iti Siddhanta Gumrikara. This is a small point. Sarvanamnaha iti yadi panchami syadada hetu shabdat Shashti na syaditi bodhi. One more point here, Bhala Manorama says. We can keep on proving like that. When Sarvanamnaha iti the panchami syad hetu shabdat, then Shashti na syaditi bodhyam. Shashti vakti cannot be used. Sarvanamnaha iti yadi panchami syad. When it is in panchami vibhakti, tada hetu shabdat, because of tada when Sarvanama Shabda is there, then hetu shabdat, shashtinasya, shashti bhakti cannot use. Etadvartikena, last shashti etu prayoge, sarvanamna tatiya cha, sutra dvayam kathartam iti bodhyam. So tritiya as well as shashti can be used. Okay. Sarvanamnaha iti prayoga apekshaya षष्ठी पंचम्यां तु हेतु शब्दात् षष्ठी तृतीये न स्यात् इति आशयेन आह सर्वनाम्नः हेतु शब्दस्य then the next sutra. So nimitta pariyaya prayoge sarvasam praya darshanam. Then the next one, the shashti is in between, so it's to be added in the shashti. I will add. Then apadane panchami. Apadane, what is apadana? Already apadana is defined. You have seen. Apadane is Brahmapaya Padanam Vitratanam Hetuhu Para Rasodaha, right? Parajay Rasodaha, all those things. So Apadane iti Karaka Sanya, Apadane Panchami Syat. So the sutra is simple one. Apadane Panchami iti. Anabhite Apadane Panchami. Prakashita. Apadane Karake. In the sense of Apadana Karaka. So it's a Vishesha Saptami. Apadana अपादाने कारके ध्रुवमपाये अपादान all this पंचमी विभक्ति भवति यथा ग्रामात् गच्छति पर्वतात् अवरोहति इत्यादयः वित्राताम्बये हेतुः पराजय सोडः all those things. So there is something that to discuss already we have seen padane panchami. Next sutra says anyaradi tarate dik shabdhanshutara padajahi yukte. This shabda we have to split and understand the sandhi first. What are the words in that? Anya, this iterator dundasham samasa. Anyarad itarate dik shabda anchu uttarapada aj ahi yukte. So anyascha aracha itarascha pratecha dikcha anchu and uttara they go together. Anchu and uttara shabda. Anchu uttara shabda. Padascha. Then acha. Then agi also. Agischa. So agischa therefore will be anya anyarad anyaradi tarate dikshabdhan chutara pada jahayah. Iterator dunda samasa. Tasmin. The saptami. So yukte is in panchami. So taihi yuktam anya anyarad anyaradi tarate dikshabdhan chutara pada jagayah the iterator dunda samasa taihi yuktaha tasmin yukte the compound. So here two words are there. Up to ahayaha iterator dunda samasa, then it is connected to yukta. Yukta is another word. So taihi yukta is shashti, tritiya tatpurusha samasa. Tritiya tatpurusha samasa. Ahayaha last word, the iterator dunda samasa. So ahi is like Ari Shabda. So therefore you can take ahi bihi yukte. Yukte is saptami. So what is the meaning? When these words etaihi yukte yoge prayoge then panchami coming as anuvritti. Panchami vritti bhavati. Anabhigite panchami. When these words are used, anabhigite karake, anabhigite when not indicated, when these shabdas are used, yukte prayoge, ityartha yoge, panchami, syat, kashika. Anya arat itara rate dik shabda anchuttarapada aj ahi iti etaihi yoge, yukte yoge, prayukte, panchami vibhakti bhavati. Panchami vibhakti will be used. I think this is, with this we have discussed, it is there in the, this must be in the table, right? It's a number.
Yes, 100.
100.
100.
Many words are there in this, and this is, you will see that in many cases also, usage of this. Each word you can, of course, we will see the examples. Here it is given. Words meaning anya. Anya is other than or different from. Anya, para, itara, arat, rate, arat near or remote, rate, etc. And rate is without. Words indicative of the directions also used also with reference to time corresponding to them, and word expressive of directions. Anchu uttarapada is directional words, prak, pratyak, etc. So all these and words such as in a and agi, these are tadita pratyanta, tadita pratyaya. Therefore all these words will govern panchami bhakti. Now, anya and its synonyms like anyat, anyatra, bhinna, all these, they are all understood. So by the word anya, the paryaya vachi shabdas also can be brought in. Then what about itara? Itara also is mentioned, but there's one explanation given. So anya, by anya shabda, you can bring in all the other anya iti artha grahanam. Anya artha grahanam. By the word anya, you can bring in all the paryaya shabda. Tena paryaya prayoge api. That way some words are given. Anya, anyatra, anyat, binna, vilakshana, all these words. Anyaha, devadatta, binnaha, devadatta. So when these shabdas are used, that will govern Panchami. Tava anyaha, devadatta. Binnaha, binnaha, the word is not there. It is different, that meaning. Similarly, arthantaram devadatta, vilakshana, devadatta, vilakshanaha, all this. All these words. So anyaha and its synonyms. The word itara is also the same meaning, but itara has got something slight difference is there. That's why itara is mentioned. You will see that. Then arat shabdat durantikarte vartate. Arat is remote. We saw arat shabdat durantikarte. The durantikarte ki shashti anyatarasyam sutra is there. Sutra pata. By that, what the Vikti is ordering. Durantikartegi shashti. Durantikartegi shashti anyatarasyam. Optionally, shashti Vikti can be used for durantikartegi. Dura antika. Dura is far, antika is close. Durantikartegi shashti anyatarasyam vikalpena prapte. Here Panchami Vikti is used. Therefore, you can use Panchami and Shashti. Shashti anyatarasyam is the Shashti Vikti. Panchami also is there. So therefore, Arat. So Arat Shabdat. Durantikartegi shashti anyatarasyam iti prapte. Now here arat is used. So arat is remote. Durantikartehi in that sutra, dura antika artehi. So paryaya shabdas are there. Then shashti bhakti can come optionally. Right? Arat vachanat. Therefore here panchami bhakti bhavati. That is the, therefore arat is taken out. Arat Shabdat Panchami Bhakti. Otherwise, Arat is not required in the Sutra. Arat Shabdat Panchami Bhakti ki bhavati. That is why the example is given. Arat Devadattat, Arat Vanat. And Arat, it can take Shashti Bhakti also optionally. Shashti Bhakti also optionally. Shashti Anatarasyam. That example is given in that Sutra by the Kashika, you see. Arat. Tatra duantikartegi shashti anatarasyam iti prapte panchami vidiyate. So by this sutra, when shashti bhakti is there, durantikartegi iti prapte panchami bhakti bhavati. Therefore, it is not apavada, the shashti bhakti can be used. Durantikartegi arat shabdat arat prayukte shashti bhakti hi anyatarasyam bhavati. Get it? By this sutra panchami, by that sutra, shashti vikalpena bhavati. Okay. Therefore, here for this example, arat devadatta, arat yajnadatta. Then the word itara. Itara iti nirdishyamanasya pratiyogi padarthaha uchyate. Here the word is pratiyogi. Pratiyogi means is different from itaraha devadatta. Is different from devadatta. That meaning. In that meaning, itaraha is. That is why itara, the word is that. Even though itara has got the meaning of anya, but it is specifically used here because it is the meaning of itara different from, in that meaning it is used. So therefore itara, I think the table I have given some explanation to this itara. Itara iti, other than, which is different from itaraha devadatta. Itara iti nirdeshyamanasya pratiyogi padartha uchyate. Pratiyogi is different from opposite. Pratiyogi. यथा क्वचित् प्रकरणे द्वौ प्रकृतौ देवदत्तः अन्यः कश्चित्. देवदत्ता and someone else. तत्र एकः तावत् निर्दिश्यते. Among the two, when one is indicated, देवदत्तः शूरः अस्ति. What about the other? तस्य निर्दिश्यमानः च यथा असौ द्वितीयः सम्बन्धी प्रतियोगी इतरशब्देन उच्यते. तस्य निर्दिश्यमानस्य देवदत्तः शूरः अस्ति. Then यह असौ द्वितीयः सम्बन्धी प्रतियोगी. The second one is प्रतियोगी opposite to देवदत्ता. सः इतरेण शब्देन उच्यते. इतरः कातरः इति. देवदत्तः is शूरः. इतरः न तु शूरः. सः कातरः different from. So in that sense itara is used. Okay, therefore the word itara is required in the sutra. Itara has a meaning of different from. Okay, then you understand, right? Anyaha, binnaha, itaraha. Itaraha has got the meaning of anya also. There also you can take anya. Anya is pariyaya grahana vachi. Itara can be used. But here the one more time itara is there. This itara is, it is used, even though itara is synonymous, but it is mentioned for clarification. Why it is mentioned means it is not synonym. The itara, the word which is used in the sutra, it is not synonymous with anya. That is why this example is given. Itaraha, devadattaha, and he has given explanation. Itara iti nirdeshyamanasya pratiyogi padarthaha ikshate. Itaraha devadatta. Devadatta itaraha. Devadatta ishvaraha. Itaraha nashuraha kataraha. Vyasa used that nice example. Itaraha, other one is not shuraha, different from devadatta. Devadatta is shuraha. So itara shabda is required. So it has got, right, different shade. Then arata, anya arata itara. Then rite. Rite is used in the sense of rite, vina iti arte. That also is given the table, but we get the Sikashika example. Rata iti avyayam varjanarte, the sense of exception, without. So rata iti shabdaha varjanarte prayujyate. So therefore itara rata is rata devadatta. Rate devadatta, rate yajnadatta. Without devadatta. Then dik shabda, directional word. That is called dik yoge panchami. Direction, dik stands for direction. So purvaha gramat parvataha, directional word, purvaha. Uttaraha gramat, purvaha grishmat. In terms of spatial as well as time wise also. Grishma is time. So in terms of time. Uttaraha grishma vasanta. Dik shabdaha iti apra shabda granam desha kala vritti namapi. Dik shabdena yoge yatha syat. Uttarata hi dik vrittina eva yoge syat. So dik shabda. And dik shabdas are used in Panchama Vibhakti. whether it can be in time or direction. Okay. So this is called Dig Yoge Panchami. We say Dig Yoge Panchami. This is what Dig Yoge Panchami. Like we have in Sutram also. Prateha Parashta. There is no Panchami there. Where Panchami is, comes after the Dhatoho Paraha Prateha Bhavati. Dhatoho tells after the Dhatu. Prateha, where it will come. Prateha Parashta Dhatoho Paraha. So Dhatoho is Panchami. What Panchami? Dig Yoge Panchami. You can say Dhatoho Paraha. Dhatoho 3191. And Prateha will come after. After what? Dhatoho Paraha. So Dig Yoge Panchami. So you can see that. Right? Okay, big Shabda. Then Anchu. Here, yes, Panchami. Dig Yoge Panchami. Dig means direction. So by using that, Purva Para, and here you can see Purva and Apara, even though it is, what is Purvaha? Purvaha and Apara, it is not, Dig means direction. Even though it is not direction, but in the Shabda it is direction. Please note that. Dig is direction. Direction is, we have Prachi Deshe Namaha, Dakshinai Deshe Namaha, Pratiche Deshe Namaha, Pratichi. All these are directional words. Purva, Paschima. But Purva is not direction. Purvaha means before. But here, in the context, it is denotes direction. So, though Purva and Apara, though it doesn't, denote direction, but they denote what the you can take Purva, like not here, not this subject. This is fine. This is Purvaha is Purvaha Gramat Parvataha. Here Purvaha means east. Purvaha we can take east. Gramat Purvaha, to the eastern side of the Grama, that is mountain. This example. Similarly, Uttaraha Grama, to the eastern side of the Grama. So here Purvaha, Paraha, Uttaraha is, we can take it is direction. But not here. Another example. It's not given here. Like, let's see, Siddhanta Kaupadi. An example I saw. Dishi Drishtaha Dikshabdaha. Dishi is directional words. So Purvaha is directional word. Purvaha is east. Purvaha Uttaraha iti. Now, yes, Tena Samprati, Desha Kala Vrittina Yoge Api Bhavati. Dishi Drishtaha Dikshabdaha. Dikshabdas are directional words, therefore it denotes direction. But here, Chaitrat Purvaha Palgunaha. Chaitrat Purvaha Palgunaha is, here Purvaha, the word is not direction. Dikshabda is directional word. Chaitrat Purvaha is before Chaitra Masa. Palguna is the Masa is earlier than Chaitra. Then it is not directional word, but Panchami is used. So he said, Tena Samprati, Desha Kala Vrittina Yoge Api. Tena Samprati. That is, a Shabda doesn't denote direction in a particular context, but it is capable of denoting it in a different context. Chaitrat Purvaha. Purva here, even though it doesn't mean direction east, but it governs Panchami. That's why we say it is Kala. It is Kala, it denotes time. It denotes time. So therefore, it is Panchami. Chaitrat Purvaha. You can note. Chaitrat Purvaha Palgunaha. Here, Purvaha Gramat, east of the village, north of the village. Okay. Then, here, this is an example. Purvaha Grishmat Vasantaha. Prior to, this is Kala. How can we use this? Therefore, it is understood here. Siddhanta this is a translation of for the Kashika, but Siddhanta Kaumadikara, you see the meaning. Tena Samprati Desha Kala Pratina Yoge Api Chaitrat Purvaha iti. So Purvaha Grama, there Purva denotes the direction, eastern direction. But here it is, if that is so, then Chaitrat Purvaha cannot be used, but it is used. Therefore, Dik Shabda is understood in this sense. In the general sense, Dik Shabda, Dik Vachaka Shabda, or here it is, Dik denoting the direct Kala in terms of time. Terms of time also can be used. Dik Yoghe Panchami, when we say, that referring to Dik in direction, but Kalavachi Shabdina Shabdatapi. Kalavacha Shabdasyapi Panchami Bhavati Chaitrat Purvaha Palgunaha. Otherwise, how can you use Chaitra? Purvaha is not mean, it doesn't mean east. Purvaha is before. So therefore, in this context, the word Shabda doesn't denote Dik, but it is capable of denoting Dik in a different context. Therefore, it is also Dik Shabda only. That is what he says. It's capable of denoting Dik Shabda. Therefore, Chaitrat Purvaha. I think this given a note here in the table. Dik Shabda. Dishi Drishtaha Dik Shabda. Directional word indicating. Okay, I have not explained in detail. I'll just mention its space or time, like before, after also. Includes words expressing directions. So Gramat Purvaha to the eastern side of Grama, Parvata to the northern side, Nadi. Grishmat Purvaha, here Purvaha and here they are not directional words. But in this context, it is direction in terms of time. So therefore, direction could be either in terms of Desha or in terms of time. So Desha Kalavachi and Desha Kalavachi Dikshabdaha. Okay, so Dikshabda, therefore the sutra Dikshabda, we need to understand it is for both Desha as well as direction. Okay, then the another note is that Avayava Vachi Yoge tu na tasya param editam iti nirdeshat. If it is if it is Avayava of something, then we cannot use, then it will not, we cannot use Panchami. Purvam Kayasya. In fact, we saw this in the case of compound. Purvam Kayasya. Purvakayaha, it's a compound. Remember, that is the Shashti Tatpurusha Samasa that we saw. Purvam Kayasya, Kayasya Purvam, lower part of the body. So, Avayava Vachi. Avayava Vachi is, so Avayava is the parts. So when Dik Shabda denotes Purvam, this denotes a part of something, Purvam, before, then if the word, when the Dik Shabda denotes a part of something, Avayava of something, then it will not govern Panchami. It will not govern Panchami, therefore Purvam Kayasya. Cannot use Purvam Kayat. In fact, Purvam Kayasya, that becomes, can compound it also, Purvakayaha, by the sutra. In Samasa we saw it is Purvakaya. Purva, Apara, Adhara, Uttara, Ekadeshinaika Adhikarane. Remember, this is under this we saw it. You see the example for this 2, 2, 1. You will have the compound. In my notes, very elaborately, it's given, we have seen that. Purvakaya. Purvam Kayasya, Purvakaya. Shashti Samasa Apavada, exception to Shashti Samasa, Tatpurusha Samasa. Aparakayaha, Purvam Kayasya. Right? So therefore, you can see the connection between Samasa and the Vibhakti. Therefore, it is Apavada to Shashti Tatpurusha Samasa. It is Pratama Tatpurusha Samasa. That's why we have to take it. Purvam Kayasya. The Purvam Kayat will not come. Purva Shabdat, Tik Shabda, and Kaya should go in Panchami. No. Because it referring to a part of something. Therefore, cannot be used. That's why Avayava Vachi Yoge, when there is Avayava Vachi Shabda, Yoge, Prayoge, Tatra, Shashti Bhakti, sorry, Panchami Bhakti, Na Bhavati. Example, counter example. Can give example for that. Purvam Kayasya. Tasya Paramreditam iti Nirdesha. Tasya Paramreditam Sutra. Why Tasya Paramreditam Sat Panchami, sorry, Shashti? Why not Tasmat Paramreditam? Because of this. You see the Tasya Paramreditam Sutra 812. Tasya Shashti Bhakti. Param Amreditam. Amreditam is duplication. Dritvam. We have the sutra before. 811 is Sarvasya Dve. This is another Dritva Prakaranam. We have two Dritvam. One is 6-1, other one is 812. 6-1 is when Prataya, like lit Prataya, etc. follows. Dritvam happens for the Dhatu. It is another Dritvam. Sarvasya Dve iti asmin adhigari. Dritve krite. By the sutra in this adhigara, when Dritva is done, Viruktasya yati dvitiyam tasya Amreditam isanya bhavati. It will get a sanya Amreditam. So Amreditam referring to that which gets Dritvam. The sutra is not important. Just example alone you can see. Example is Bhuktva Gacchati. So Asmin Adhigari Vidyamaneshu Sandarbeshu. The sutra is not important anyway, just reading. Asmin Adhigare Vidyamaneshu Sandarbeshu Yada Shabdanam Dvitvam Bhavati Tada Dvitve Krite Tayoho Avrattayoho Yaha Dvitiyaha Shabdaha Tasya Amreditam इति संज्ञा भवति यथा नित्यं भुक्त्वा व्रजति इति अर्थस्य निर्देशार्थं नित्यवीप्सयोः इति अनेन भुक्त्वा इति शब्दस्य द्वित्वे कृते भुक्त्वा व्रजति इति यः प्रयोगः सिद्ध्यति तत्र विद्यमानस्य भुक्त्वा शब्दस्य पृक्तसूत्रेण आम्रेणितम् इति संज्ञा भवति। द्वितीय शब्दस्य भुक्त्वा शब्दस्य द्वित्वं भवति भुक्त्वा. This is called आम्रेणितम्. Tasya Amreditam. So in the sutra, Tasya is given, not Tasma. That the Siddhanta Kamadikara just shows us the reference. Sutra, Tasmat Amreditam, not given, Tasya Amreditam. Instead of saying Tasmat Amreditam, Tasya Amreditam iti Utrakaraha Sutre Sutra Dharana vadati. Therefore, this is a Nirdesha. This becomes a Pramana. Then Anchu Uttarapada. So Anya Shabda, we saw Anya can bring all other Paryaya Shabda. Arat is, meaning of Arat is near or far. Both meanings are there. Near. Arat, if you see the Amarakosha, the word for Arat. Arat Dura Sanipayoho. Both meanings are given. That is why Durartikagi Shashti Anatarasyam. That sutra, this is also taken. This is in the sense of Dura as well as Samipi. Arte Prayujati, Arat Shabda. Then Itara is, we saw, which is different from Anya. Here it is. It's not synonymous. Because already synonyms are covered by Anya. Therefore, Itaraha is not synonymous. If it is synonymous, then need not be mentioned here. So that is Itara. Example, Sat, Devadattaha, Shuraha, Anyaha, that is Yagadattaha, Tataraha, Natu Shuraha. That sense. Then Rate is Varajanarte. Then Dik Shabda will be in terms of Kala or Desha. Dik Yoga Panchami. In the context, even if it is not a directional word, but it is direction in terms of time. That's why we take it. Chaitrat, Purva, Palguna, that is the example. So even though it is Purva, it's not directional word, but in the context, Purvaha referring to Kala Vachaka Shabda. So therefore, Kala Vachaka Shabda also is understood. Even though, strictly speaking, Dik means direction, but it doesn't denote direction, but denotes something which happened before. So therefore, before, after, that is Kala Vachaka Shabda. So therefore, Kala Vachaka Shabda or Dik Shabda. That also, that's why Tena Samprati Desha Kala Vrittina Yoki Api Bhavati. That is understood. Tena Samprati, when when the words denoting Dik is used, that can be either in terms of Desha or in terms of Kala. Desha Kala Vrittina Yogi Api Bhavati Jnatavyaha. That is why I have given the example Chaitrat Purvaha Palgunaha. Having said Dishi Drishtaha Dik Shabdaha, Dishi is direction. Dishi is this Shabdasya Saptami Bhakti Ekavacham. Dishi Drishtaha Dik Shabdaha. Directional words are Dik Shabda. Tena Samprati Desha Kala Vrittina Api. Desha also and Kala also Vrittina Api Yoge Bhavati. Panchami Bhakti Bhavati. Then Avayava Vachina Yoge to now, that is one point. And for that, we have given the sutra an example. Tasya Amreditam, not Tasmat. Tasya Amreditam, because it is a Avayava Vachi. Therefore, Tasya Amreditam, Natu Tasmat Amreditam. Another example, Purvam Kayasya. Kaya referring to the Kayasya. The Purvam referring to a part of the Kaya. Avayava Vachi Shabda. Therefore, Tatra Panchami Nasyat. So Avayava Vachi Yoge Na Panchami. Then what will come? Then Shashti only will be used. Shashti will come, how it will come? Shashti Sheshe. When other Vibhakti cannot be given, then the question comes, what Vibhakti will give it to Kaya? Shashti Sheshe, Sheshe Shashti. Then Anchu Uttarapada. Anchu is a Dhatu. Anchu is Gatau and as well as Pujarte Anchu Dhatu Prayujate. We have seen in Subanta Rakaranam in detail all the Shabda, Prang, Pratyang, etc. All these are Anchu, Uttarapada Shabda. Even in the word is there in the Sutra. What Sutra Anchu? The Sutra 7.1. That is 7.170. Anchu Uttarapadana. Many places it is there. Anchu. Ugitajam Sarvanamastane. Acham is Anchu. Ugit we know. Acham referring to Anchu. Ugitajam Sarvanamastane Num Adhatoho. Anchu Uttarapada, Anchu Shabda. So Anchu Uttarapada Padasya tu Dik Shabdatve api Shashti Asatartha iti Shashti Baditum Pratak Praganam. It comes later, but now here you will see Anchu Uttara Shabda, that is the words like Prak, Pratyang, etc. The word which is derived from the Dhatu Anchu. It's as an Uttarapada. From the Dhatu Anchu, as an Uttarapada follows. Then Anchu is Uttarapada. This is included as an Apavada to the next sutra. 2.3.30. 2.3.30, the next sutra. Jati Atasartha. So the next sutram, which would call for a 60 case for words ending in pratyas, mentioned in sutra 5.3.27 to 5.3.41. So therefore, these are Tadita words. Which one Tadita, Atas, Agi, etc. 5.3 is Tadita section. There we have this Atas, Shabda, etc. Atas Pratyaya. So therefore, this is included here. The Napavada to the next sutra. Next sutra is 2.3.30 is Shati Atasartha Pratyayena. So Atas is in the Tadita section. You can see that the sutra, just for the sake of knowing, I think we have seen that before. 5.3.27. Dikshabdebhyaha Saptami Panchami Pratamabhyaha Dik Deshakala Astatihi. Astatihi is a pratyaya. Starting from here up to 5.3.42, 41. Whatever the pratyas are there. Then these pratyas are used, then Shashti Bhakti will come. An example for that I'm taking just the sutra. Dik Shabdebhyaha Saptami Panchami Pratamabhyaha Dik Shabda Dik Desha Kaleshu Dikvachaka Shabdaha Yada Disha Sthana Uta Kala Yeteshu Prayujyante Te Tada Tesham Saptami Antebhyaha Panchami Antebhyaha Pratamantebhyaha Astatiti Swarte, where this pratyaya is used. Astati is a pratyaya. Purva is Deshavachaka Shabda. So, Ayam Shabdaha, Asmin Arte, Deshaha Arte. Deshaha is Purva Deshaha, Purvaha. Tata Kalaha also we can take because both are mentioned. Kala, Desha Kala. Dik Desha Kaleshu. So, Purva Kalaha, gone, time. Iti anayoho artayoho api bhashayam prajuyote dau. Purvasyam deshi, Purvasmin deshet. He said Saptami, Panchami, and Pratama. Purvasyam deshi. Take this example, deshi. Purvasyam deshi, Purvasma desha, and Purvaha deshaha. Similarly, Kala. So now, when we can use Saptamyantebhyaha, Pratamantebhyaha, or Panchmyantebhyaha, Rupebhyaha, Astati iti Pratyaha, Swarte, in the very meaning, same meaning it is used. Swarte Prayujyate. Therefore, Purva plus Astati is with the letter Astat Pratyaya. You add, you get Purvasma, Purastar. From Pura, we get Purastar. So Purastat is, when you give the Vigraha Vakya for Purastat, to Taditanta Shabda, the Tadita Vritti. Vigraha would be Purvaha, Purvasyam Dishi, or Purvasma Deshat, or Purvaha Deshaha. That is a Vigraha Vakya for Purastat. Because Purastat means it's not Panchami. Not Panchami Arte, Saptami Arte, Pratama Arte, Astati Pratyaha Swarte Prayujyate. This is one example for Astati. So we have many pratyas in this section. Atasuch pratyaya. So like that, there are many are there. So now, Sutra it is says, next sutra, Shashti, Atasartha Pratyayana, not in the Tadita. Tadita Pratyayas are Atasartha Pratyayana. That's what I've written here. So this is Anchu Uttarapada follow. This is included as an apavada to the next sutra. Next sutra is Shashti Atasartha Pratyayana, which called for sixth case for the words ending. Sixth case for the words ending in Pratyas mentioned the sutra 5.3.27 to 5.3.41. Shashti Atasartha Pratyayana, the Pratyas, Dalita Pratyas when used, then Shashti Vipti Bhavati. So therefore, that is Apavada. That is a sutra. A sutra is there. As an Apavada, prior Apavada to that, here Anchu Uttarapada is used. Now you see. Rak Grama. Rak is Anchu Uttara Shabda. Pra plus Anch. Then you get Prang, then Prak. Similarly, Pratyaka Shabda. So pra plus Anch, you get Pranch. When you decline, you get Prak. So similarly, Prati plus Anch, you get Pratyanch. When you decline, Pratyak, referring to quarters. So all these are Dikshabdas. All these are Dikshabdas, Prak, Pratyak. Then why should we mention, why the Sutra mention this separately? That's what I have written here. Sutra mentioned separately because this is as an Apavada to the next Sutra. Next Sutra is 2.3.30. Shashti Vibhakti will come. Shashti Atasartha Pratyayana. What are those Atasartha Pratyaya which are given in 5.3, this range 21 to 5.40. So here you can see Ancher, look, Anchu Shabda is there. Anchu Dhatu Yasya Ante Asi Tadarshebhyaha Dashavachibhya Shabdebhya Itasya Astati Pratyaha Luk Bhavati. So Anchu Uttarapada is there. So Astati Pratyaya, Pratyas are given. So therefore, in Anchu Uttarapada, purpose of mentioning Anchu Uttarapada in the Sutra is to deny Shashti Bhakti. Because if it is Shashti Bhakti, then that is by the Sutra Shashti Atasartha Pratyayana. Therefore, when under that, this Anchu Uttarapadas are there. See this example. Pra plus Anch, you get Prak, and when you decline Prach. Pra plus Anchu, this is Anchu Uttarapada. Then Anchu Uttarapada is there, and this is the then adding the Pratyaya twin. Then you get Prach. Prach meaning Purvaha Ityartaha. Prach is Purvaha Ityartaha. Similarly, Pratyang, similarly Udach, etc. So therefore, by this sutra, twin pratyam krutva, brinnaha dishavachaka shabdaha siddhanti. So Anchu Uttarapadas are dishavachaka shabda. When these shabdas are used, by the next sutra, Shashti Bhakti will come. But we don't want Shashti Bhakti should come. That is why, as a prior Apavada, in the sutra itself, given Anchu Uttarapada. Therefore, Pratyak Prag or Pratyak Va Gramat. That is Gramasya. The Gramasya will not come. And Prag is Anchu Uttarapada. Pratyak is Anchu Uttarapada. So therefore, Gramat only, Natu Gramasya. So Gramasya would have come by the next sutra, Shashti Atasartha Pratyayana, that is negated here. So we cannot use Panchami. Prak Gramat to the east of the village. Similarly, Pratyaka Grama to the west of the village. Dakshina. Okay, Dakshina is Arch Pratyaya, that is the next example. Understand? This is what the table I have given, but not explained. This is explanation. To understand this, this is included as in prayer apavada to the next sutram, Shashti Atasartha Pratyayana, which would call for 60 case of words ending in pratyayas. So, which has got Anchu Uttarapadam also, Anchu Uttarapada taking the pratyaya, then Shashti Bhakti will come. Apavada to that, it is included in this sutra. So, prayer apavada, purva apavada it is. So, therefore, prak gramat, natu prak gramasya. Pratyek gramat, natu pratyek gramasya. Right? Okay. So, when we come across such words, prak, anchu, uttarapada, then we have to be able to refer to this sutra. When we come across words denoting direction, either in terms of space or time, then also we must be able to refer to the sutra, which is Dik Yoge Panchami. Dik Shabdat, then therefore Dik Yoge Panchami. Anya Shabda, Ara Shabda already we have seen. Arat is used in both the sense, Durar, Nikata. Anya is different. Itara is also, we have seen. And Rita, Varjanarthe, Panchami. And Dik Shabda is direction, could be in terms of space wise or time wise. Then Anchu Uttarapada, like Prang, Pratyang, all those Shabdas, Anchu Uttarapada. Shashti Bhakti will not come. So Anchu Uttarapada, Pada, then next one, next Pratyaya is, that is also the Aditya Pratyaya. Aj, then Agi, two Pratyayas. Adding that, what you get a indeclinable. It is given Aj and Agi, the Tadita itself. You get an indeclinable. Agi cha dure. Example, Dakshina Shabdaha yada durastha disha tatra durastham sthanametayoh artayoh prayujyate saptamyantat pratamanta charupat agi aj pratyo swarte vidiyate. Yata Dakshina, for example, Dakshinashyam or Dakshine dure. Then Dakshina plus acharagi pratyaya. When you add, you will have Dakshina or Dakshinagi. So you get a word which is indeclinable. Taditascha sarvabhakti, by that it becomes an avyaya. So Dakshina is to the south. Dakshinagi. Agi is away from the south. That meaning. Agi and Aj pratyaya. Durastha disha. Durastha sthanam. So Durastha disha, away from the place. So Durastha disha is southern. Durastha disha, that is Dakshina is southern direction. Durastha sthanam, away. Sthanam, the place which is far away, to the south, away in the south, to the south. So Aj and Agi pratyas are used. And this is avyaya. So therefore, the use in the example, if you see Dakshina, so therefore, Aj Agi pratyaye. At pada Ajagi yukte. In the sutra it is there, Ajagi yukte. Aj Agi yukte prayoge. Sutra. Anya Arat Itara Rate Dik Shabda Anchutara Pada, up to that we saw. Then Aj Agi Yukte Prayoge. Aj Anta and Agi Anta Shabdas are avyaya, indeclinable. And Yoge Yukte Prayoge Panchami Syat. Dakshina Gramat. Uttara Gramat. What is the meaning of Dakshina? Dakshina is Durastha. Durastha Disha. Dakshinayam Dishi. Dakshinashyam Durayam Dishi. That is the meaning. Dakshinashyam Durayam. Dakshina Dura. Because Pratamantebhyaha, or we said Saptam Yanta. Rupat Agi Aj Pratyaha Bhavat. Therefore we have an avyaya. So Dakshina and Uttara. Similarly Agi also. Dakshinagi and Uttaragi. Understand? This sutra is completed. Then let us see what Kashika says further in this. Kashika and Siddhantakam. अन्य आरात् इतर ऋते दिक् शब्दः अंचूत्तरपद आच् आहि इति एते हि योगे पंचमे विभक्तिके भवति. अन्य इति अर्थग्रहणम anya meaning different. Anya means other. Then in that other is one thing different from is other another thing. That's why itara shabda is used. Anya is something which is anya is another. Another means different. Different also meaning is there, but that different is different from the itara different. Yeah. That is why itara the word is used in the sutra separate. So anya iti tena shabdena paryaya prayoge api panchamis bhavati. Anyah devadatta, bhinnaha devadatta, Arthantaram Devadatta, all these things are there. Vilakshana Devadatta, all these are examples. Arat is Dura Antika, in both. Dura Antika Arte Vartate, denoting both far and near. Shashti will come by the next coming sutra. Dura Antika Arte, Shashti Anetarasya, Prapte, Panchami Vidiyate, therefore we have optional Panchami here. Ara Devadatta, Ara Devadattasya also valid. Arat Ignidattat. Then itara shabda, itara iti nideshamanasya pratiyogi padarthe. Pratiyogi means opposite. That's why itaraha devadatta. Devadatta is shuraha. The other one is Vikidatta, who is different from Devadatta. Natu shuraha kataraha ityadi arte. Then rita iti abhyayam varjanarthe is priyujyate. Without Devadatta. Rite yajnadatta. Dik shabdaha, next one. Purvaha gramat parvataha. Purvaha east, direction. Uttaraha gramat, direction. पूर्वः ग्रीष्मात् वसन्तः उत्तरः ग्रीष्मात् वसन्तात्. तो दिक्शब्द इत्यत्र शब्दग्रहणं देशकालवृत्तीनामपि दिक्शब्देन योगे यथा स्यात् इति. So दिक्शब्द can be देशकालवृत्तीनामपि योगे. इतरता दिक् वृत्तिना एव योगे स्यात् इयम् अस्याः पूर्वा इति. So in terms of time and in terms of kala. Okay. Otherwise, dik vrittina eva, only if dik vrittina is there, then iyam asyaha purvaha iti. Iyam asyaha purvaha, there we can use where it is shashti. This is the counter example. Ihato na syat ayam asmat purvaha kalaha iti. Ihato na syat ayam asmat purvaha kalaha iti. It cannot, here we cannot use Pura Shabda is used Purvaha Kalaha. Asmat Ayam Purva Kalaha. So here it says not directional word here. What is the meaning? Ayam Asmat Purvaha Kalaha iti. Let's see. Ayam Asmat Purvaha Kalaha. That's not even. I'll see. I'll read that later again. Igato Nasya. Okay, we'll come to that later. I'll let you know what is that later. Anchu Uttarapada. Anchu Uttarapada, Praks Gramat, Praks and Pratyek Gramat ipi. The Nanucha Ayamapi Dikshabda Eva. These are also Dikshabda. Yes. Then Shashti Atasarta Pratyena iti Vakshati is going to be told. Shakti Bhakti will come. Therefore, this is Purastad Apakarshaha. This is negated before. This is Purva Pavada. Purastad Dikarshaha is Purva Pavada. Then Aj Shabda is Dakshina Gramat, Uttara Gramat. Dakshina hi Gramat, Uttara hi Gramat for Agi Shabda. So all the words in the Sutra seen. This counter example, what he has given, that we read after the class and let you know. Then Siddhanta Kaumudi, that also we saw. And one point is tasya avayava vachi yoge na bhavati. Purvam karyasya can connect to 2 to 1 compound also. You can compound. Compounding is optional. Okay. So one sutra. One sutra, it takes how much? Understand?
Yes, dear.
Okay. So now the next one. Shashti atasarta pratyayena. अतसर्त प्रत्ययेन षष्ठी भक्तिः भवति. तो दक्षिणोत्तराभ्याम् अतसुच इति वक्ष्यति 5328. अतसुच प्रत्यय तस्य इदं ग्रहणम्. अतसर्तेन प्रत्ययेन युक्ते षष्ठी भक्तिः भवति. Content of atasuch will be atas. So dakshinatah, uttaratah, so all those pratyas are there. So that will they are included. So atasartha pratyayana in the meaning of the pratyas, atasartha pratyas, when used in connection with the words enjoying the affixes having the sense of atasuch pratyaya. So then shashti bhakti bhavati. So the table, shashti atasat pratyaya. The words associated with directional words ending in pratyas having atasartha. It means all these sutra in this will take shashti bhakti. The previous sutra has listed some exceptions. What are the exceptions? Anchutra pada, agi, and ach. They are exceptions. So other than these three, all the other sutras which are read in this section that will govern atasartha pratyayanta shabda will govern shashti bhakti, excepting ach, agi, and anchutra pada. Ach is 5336, which is within this range, and 5338. So those and anchutra pada also. So they are excluded. They will not govern shashti, they will govern panchami. Then the next sutra is Yenapa Dvitiya. What is Yenapa? Yenapa Dvitiya. Dvitiya Vibhakti is Dvitiya Vibhakti will come. Yenapa is Tritiya Vibhakti Ekavachanam. Yenap is a pratyaya. Yenapa is Yena pratyayantena shabdena yogena. Then Dvitiya Vibhakti bhavati. It is given 5335. Yenap the pratyaya. Yenapa Tritiya Vibhakti. Yenapa Anyatarasyam Adure apanchamyaha iti vakshati. Tadita section. Tena yukte, that is, ena pratyanta shabdena yukte dvitiya vibhakti bhavati. So, which is in this section 5335, that is the sutra what is mentioned, the range of sutra 5327 to 5331. In that list, already what Apavadas, what we saw, there we have this ena pratyaya also. So, therefore, what vibhakti is supposed to come? Panchami. Now, Panchami is negated. So, Panchami, of course, Panchami is not mentioned here because the Sutra, Anya Ara, there is no word, Ena Pratyayanta Shabda, not there. Therefore, not Panchami. So, it has to be Shashti Atasartha Pratyayana, it has to be Shashti Bhakti. Ena Pratyayanta Shabda supposed to govern Shashti Bhakti because it the Atasartha Pratyaya is given these sutras, for which some exceptions are there, which govern Panchami, like Ach, Ahi, Anchu, Uttarapada. Then another exception is there, which is Ena Pratyaya. Ena Pratyayanta Shabda will govern not Shashti, and it will govern Dvitiya. The directional words ending with Ena Pratyaya will govern Dvitiya Bhakti. So that is said here. You see Kashika. So all these three are connected. The sutras are connected. Ena pratyaya also it is atasartha pratyaya, but it will not govern Shashti. Therefore, he says Purvena Shashtiyam Praptaya. Purva Sutrena Shashtya atasartha pratyayana. Iti Sutrena Shashtiyam Praptayam Sati Saptami. Idam Sutram, Idam Vachanam. Dakshinena Gramam. Natu Dakshinena Gramasya. But it is also possible. Why? Yes. Shashti api ishyate. Katam bhavati Shashti. Tadartam yoga vivagaha kartavyaha. You have to do the yoga vivaha. Divide the sutra. The Yenapa you can divide into Yenapa Dvitiya into two sutra. Yenapa is one sutra. And Dvitiya, the next sutra, for which Yenapa can be brought down as Anuvritti. It's called Yoga Vibhagaha. The sutra is subject to Yoga Vibhaga to account for Ena Pratyanta to take Shashti Bhakti. I think you know how to do Yoga Vibhaga. Yoga Vibhaga dividing sutra. The Yenapa then becomes one sutra and Dvitiya becomes another sutra. If Yenapa sutra is 2, 3, 31, say, let us say, yeah, then this is 2, 3, 31. 2, 3, 31 coming as Anuvritti for 2, 3, 31. 2, 3, 31 A coming as Anuvritti for 2, 3, 31. Therefore, this sutra will be same as the original sutra in sutra part. So, Yenapa Dvitiya. So, by making Yoga Vivaha, Yenapa Pratyanta Shabdena, Vidya Bhakti, the Shashti Bhakti, we can bring the Anuvritti of Shashti from the previous sutra. So here Shashti can come as Anuvritti from the previous sutra. Shashti Atasartha Pratyayana. And for this sutra, there is no Shashti, therefore Dvitiya. So by doing Yoga Vivaha, we can have Shashti also because it is there in the language. Dakshinena Ramasya Uttarena Ramasya iti. So that's what Kashika says here. Tadartam Yoga Vibhagaha Kartavyaha. For accommodating the Shashti Bhakti also, because Shashti api ishyate, Shashti also is seen, it's also desired. And Siddhanta Kamati. Enap antena yoge dvitiya bhavati. Enapa iti yoga vibhagat Shashti api bhavati. Therefore, Dvitiya as well as Panchami. Dakshinena gramam, tava dakshinena gramasya. Evam uttarena. Uttarena gramam, uttarena gramasya va. Okay. So, Yanap is Yanapa, Yanap pratyanta shabda. So you can see the connection of these three sutras. These three sutras are connected. Yena pratyaya is included in the atasartha pratyaya. Anchu uttarapada from here onwards, these pratyas are included in the atasartha pratyaya. So apavada to Shashti is Anchu uttarapada and Ach Agi. And apavada to Shashti is Yenapa, but doing yoga vivaha Shashti is also accommodated. Then atasartha pratyayana, then what bhakti will come? Shashti bhakti will come. This is the short summary of these three. Understand, right? Makes sense?
Yes.
Okay. Now let us do from Sati Saptami. Must have tried. Let us do Bale Patita, I think 20th sentence. Bale Patati, and even while reading some of the Vritti, we saw Shashti, Praptayam, Sati Saptami. What is the sutra for Sati Saptami? What is the sutra for Sati Saptami? In this year, just we chanted, in fact.
Yasya cha bhavena
Yasya Chavavena
bhavalakshan.
Bhavalakshanam. That is Sati Saptami. 2, 3, 37. You
Seven.
see it. You see, we'll see that. यस्य च भावेन सप्तमी वर्तते. भावः is action kriya. यस्य च भावेन यस्य च क्रियया क्रियान्तरं लक्ष्यते. क्रियया क्रियान्तरं. By one kriya, another kriya is indicated. ततः भाववतः सप्तमी विभक्तिः भवति. प्रसिद्धा क्रिया क्रियान्तरं लक्षयति. प्रसिद्धा क्रिया is a kriya which is prasiddha jnata kriya, the kriya which is known. Like that, another kriya is indicated. When sun rises, then, sun rises, people wake up. Suppose Goshu Dugyamanasu prasiddha kriya. Then Gataha Saha Gataha Rana Gataha. So prasiddha kriya anyantaram kriyantaram lakshati. Kriyantaram is compound. Anya kriya Mayura Vimsakadi. So this is a sutra. Yasya bhavena, yasya bhavena is equal to kriya anya kriya lakshanam lakshyate. Kriyantaram lakshyate. So this is a sutra. Okay, Sati Saptami we say. Why Sati Saptami? Because the word Sati is used. So Sati Saptami. Now, Bale Patati Mata Dita. Yada
Balaha patati.
Patati.
Balaha Patati. Past tense would be
Apatat.
Patat or
Patitavan.
Patitavan. This is said dhatu. That's why Taprate Tada Mata
Yeah.
Bita. Bita, or you can use Tautu also, because Bita is Ta Pratyaya, Nishta Pratyaya. Akarmaka dhatu, that is why can denote Karta also. Otherwise, it will denote only Karma. The Karta for that we use Bitavati, right? Tautu also. Okay, then. So now we converting this into Sati.
Bale
Patati.
patati or patitavati sati.
Bale Patati only, right? Because
Yes.
this Patati, difference is
This is in Saptami Vibhakti and
Yeah.
other patati is verb Kriya Padam.
Yeah, this is Shatranta. Patitavan will become,
Patitavati sati.
Patati.
here also, Patadhatu is Akarmaka dhatu. Patitavan atava
Patitam.
Patitaha.
Patitaha.
Because Kartari, right? Patitaha. You can use Balaha Patitavan. Satisaptami would be Bale Patitavati, right? Or
Sati
Patite.
Mata Bhita.
Or Patite also, right?
Patite.
Pati, then Mata, Bita. Bita. Right? Bale Patati, or Patitavati, or Patite, Sati, Mata, Bita, right?
Yes.
Balaha Patitam only will come, no, Sharanji?
No. Balaga is
Akarma-
okay.
Akarmaka. No? So, Taprat.
How Patitam will come? Patitam
Bhava.
means
Bhave
Prayoge.
this is not Bhave Prayaga, this is Kartari Prayaga. If it is Bhave, Karta will be in Balena Patitam. You can say
Okay.
Balaha Patitaha, right?
Yeah, okay.
So that is what we are going to do now. We are going to convert this into Karmani Prayaga. Then
Okay.
there it will become,
Patitam.
yes, there Balena Patitam. Only Patitam alone is possible, right? But other things are not possible. You cannot use Patitavana.
Yeah.
This is Bhave Prayaga. Then, or Patitam, equivalent Kriya Padam is what?
Patyate.
Patyate is Latlakara.
Patyate.
Apatyata. Tada Mata Dita. Then here it would be बालेन
पत्यमाने
यमाने
यमानि
और पतिते सति माता पिता.
yes patite sati also
Hmm.
sati mata pita साधकेषु जपत्सु नारदः आगतवान्
यदा साधकाः जपन्ति और अजपन्
जपन्
ओके जपन्
पिता
और जपितवन्तः
जपित then
जपिताः
तदा नारदः आगतवान्.
जपिताः जपितवन्तः जप धातु is सकर्मक धातु
Okay.
it's a चकर्मक अकर्मक
Hmm.
you have to see that all these the arguments will be the jap dhatu. Some will say it is not, some will some dhatu, not for this dhatu. But jap dhatu saha mantram japati. Mantra is a karma for japa, right? So it is not
सकर्मक.
it is not a karma, it's a karmaka. What is jap? Jap means dhyana. It is the shabdayam vachi, and it could be mentally also. That's why it's called jape viniyoga. What is said, if it is said mentally, that is called japa. Japa is yaktayamachi, to say, to speak. And manasi also is a manase. That's why it is meditate. Meaning that meaning also is there. So therefore, what the person says or mutters, say some word, whether it is externally or loudly with the words or internally. That object of that, the words, they are the karma, right? Therefore, it is sakarmaka dhatu. So mantram japati, or kinchit shabdam japati, mutters. It could be some nonsensical word also. May not be japa, means always sitting the Rudrakshamalan doing japa. That is a rudi artha we take. Japati jape viniyoga saiki. So it is sakarmaka dhatu. Tada naradaha agatavan. Agatavan, or you can say agataha also. Both are correct. Because gatyarthaka dhatu, which is a sakarmaka dhatu, fine. But still, gatyarthaka dhatu, nishta, that ta pratyanta rupam can denote karta also. Therefore, agataha, like akarmaka dhatu. Like akarmaka dhatu can denote the ta pratyanta form, rupam can denote karta. Similarly, gatyarthaka dhatu also. So, naradaha agatavan also correct. Naradaha agatavan also is correct. Right? There is one sutra which says that. I think you must have seen in the Nishta context. Like, let's see the sutra, Akartari, something, not Akartari, to Sheen, etc. Sutra number, I don't remember. Nishta, Gatyartha, 3472. Gatyarthaka, Gatyartha, Akarmaka, Shlisha, these are some of the others which are included. Sajana, Ruga, Jiryatibhyaha, Cha, what ta pratyaha, Kartari, right? Which is a sutra. 3472. Gatyartebhyaha, that is one thing. Then that's what Gatava, Gatavan, Akarmakebhyaha, Katubhyaha. Then some dhatus which are listed here in the sutra. Shlishadibhyaha, Yaha, Taha, Ta pratyaha. Ta pratyaya, Yaha Ta pratyaha vartate, Saha Kartari bhavati. And Cha is also the Chakarat, Bhava Karmanoho, Bhave also, Karmani also. Therefore, Devadattaha Gramam Gataha, right? Devadattena Gramaha Gataha. देवदत्तः ग्रामं गतः इस् कर्तरि प्रयोगः देवदत्तेन ग्रामः गतः कर्मणि प्रयोगः गतं देवदत्तेन भावे प्रयोगः and Devadattah Gram Gatah Kartari Prayoga is there, right? There, Nishta Pratyaya also can be used. Why not? Sava Gatavan, Devadattah Gram Gataha Atava Gatavan. Right? This is the Sutra. 3472. You know that. Okay, 1 minute. My screen is. Now we can do 3. Tada Keshu
Japats.
Adakeshu Japatsu.
Japatsu.
Japita.
Or Japita.
Japitavatsu.
Satsu.
Yes. Satsu.
Satsu.
Satsu Naradaha Agata.
Agatava. Then Karmani would be Yada. Sadakeshu will become
Satakai.
Adakaihi
uh,
Japyate.
Japyate. Ajapyat.
Ajapyata, right?
Yes.
Or
Japita.
Japitam.
Japitam. Tada Naradaha Agatava. Then Sadakaihi
Japyat.
Japyamane. Or
Sadaki.
sorry.
Okay.
Sadakaihi only. Yeah.
Okay.
Karta is not denoted, right?
Yeah.
And Japite Tati Naradaha Agatava. Okay. We'll stop here. Let's open one story, but I don't have time now. We'll see. Okay. So 3 sutras could see today. Not 3, more in fact. But these 3 sutras are connected. We will see the next sutra, 32. Please let me know 32 from where we have to see. Om Purnamadah Purnamidham Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Dhanyavadah.
Dhanyawad.
Did you understand the Kena Upanishad grammatical analysis? Both I
Yes,
sent the file
Ji.
also. Okay.
It was very interesting to go through.
Yeah. When I prepare the next one, I will do maybe next week or I'll let you know.
Yes, Ji.
Dhanyavadah.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಶರಣಜಿ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.